I think I'm live. It's working. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the chat window. All is good now. What was Hey guys, Jack just said all is good now, and I don't know what that means, if it's good here or if it's good there. You are, yeah. So I'm having technical difficulties and I don't know why. YouTube is frozen and I have full bars on my Wi-Fi, so I don't know what the problem is, but I didn't go to all this trouble not to go live. So I am talking to you from my phone. And hi, Anna. And okay, Jack, but Jack, you're seeing my bookshelf behind me, right? The other one is frozen. I had it all set up on my computer today. It's 63 degrees and cold. And good morning, Laura. And so I thought I would come to you from my office because you've never seen my office this clean and beautiful. And this view is stunning. That is the only, like, not stunning. Oh, shoot. This does not look frozen to me, Jack. Are you hearing me, everyone? I can't even text Jack now because thank you, Said. Jamila, okay, good. Indonesia, good. Yes, Anna. Hi, Lynn. Okay, so I had a misstart. My big computer is right there. I wanted you to see this beautiful view of cleaned off photography desk. Hi, Beth. And that did not happen. It froze it's still frozen. That's odd. So I don't know what's going on. So I'm coming to you from my phone, which is sitting, you know, I make it happen, whatever. So my phone is actually sitting on my, you know, how you have a window, it's an old window, and this part from the bottom window has a ledge, and I just put my camera there and went live. My little Gorilla Pod that I should be using is upstairs, and I'm not going to go get that. So I am going to try to say hello to people. And good morning, Haffy. Yeah, please do my moderating. Good morning, Travis. Anna, I just want to say I got some great feedback, and let me see if I can find her name. Somebody wrote me, and I'm looking it up. Somebody wrote me, good morning, organic gardening in North Carolina. Good morning, Michael. Somebody wrote me a comment recently, and it was Lynn Kiefer, and I want to give a shout out to Lynn Kiefer. You know, most people just they don't pay. Well, I can't say that, but if somebody sends me positive criticism, I listen. And Lynn Kiefer said that on my, good morning, Gina. I'm coming to you from my phone. This is just a last-ditch effort. I started twice on my computer on 2 different Wi-Fi networks, and it froze. So Lynn Kiefer wrote me this week, and after my last live stream on Wednesday, and she said, please, I'm losing interest in your live streams because I don't know what the questions are that you're answering, and it's coming too fast now, and more people are tuning in. I can't even tell. Let's see. I can't even tell. This just says I have 0 people. So I can't even tell how many people are tuning in, but make sure you do that, please. And she was saying, I don't know the questions you're answering, and I'm confused. And oh, great, 32 people, please hit that like button. So Lynn was saying, so I wrote her back and I said, I really appreciate your feedback because, you know, this is kind of new. I've only been doing live streams this year. And I do not claim to understand really how it works. and I'm just trying to connect with my late bloomer community. So from now on, what I'll do is if I answer a question, if I see a question and I answer it, I will repeat the question. And otherwise, I am afraid I won't be able to respond to everyone. Hold on. Okay, yeah, thanks, Jack. I'm on my phone. I wanted to tell you about an organization called that was too long, Jamila. You're going to have to make that much shorter for me to be able to repeat that. Good morning, Lori. Lori, I'm sure said something about the weather. She's in Canada. Anyway, does it look like I'm looking at you if I look right there? I think it does. So Kiss the Ground, I want you to check that out if you haven't already. It's a nonprofit organization that educates people about the regeneration of soil. It's based here in LA. It started here. Thanks, John Happy. Happy Diwali. Thank you. I am going to, and you know that if you watched my last. No, it's frozen, Jack. Oh wait, how do I do that? Jack just made a great point. Let's see. No, what is going on? I don't even know where that is. How do you even find it? How do you even find that? Oh, okay, let's see. Okay. It takes a young person. Young people are so much smarter than me. The problem is I need this here, and I'm not going to have it there. And I can't hold it in my hand, but now I can see the chat. Let's see. Jack just told me how I could talk to you. Okay, I got to figure out a way to... Okay, you're just going to have to see my house. That's all there is to it. Let's just go on a little tour upstairs. I was going to give you a tour of my house since it's all done for sale. But you've never been upstairs in my house before, and you're just getting a tiny little taste of it because it's kind of messy. Just because I got back from a trip, but I'm gonna run right back downstairs. And it takes a young person because they know this technology, and that did not occur to me that I can actually read my chat window by setting up. Oh boy, I tell you, I have had one heck of a week, and I want to tell you about that. Just hold on one second. I hope to goodness I don't lose you when I'm trying to put this Gorilla Pod on. Let's see. Oh gosh, it's upside down. You've got to be kidding, Kaye. Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, that was weird. Okay, gonna try to set this up. Raymond, is that, no, Remind TV, sorry. Oh, now I don't have to look at that. I can look at this. Remind TV, you're making me laugh. Thank you. Okay, so what I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted myself, is, gosh, we need a little bit more light on the subject, meaning me. Am I light enough, guys? It looks a little dark in here. Oh, boy. Hold on. When you're a photographer, you're always moving lights around, and I've done a lot of professional photography. Let me see if I can find a plug. Going under the desk. I'm getting a little bit of feedback. Whew. Yeah, there's something weird. I'm going to turn off the sound on my computer. I'm getting weird feedback. Let's see if that helps. Does that help? Am I a little bit lighter? You're okay. Thank you, Mernita Galley. Kilchrist, looking great. Beth, thank you. Beth has asked me how my mom is. Thank you for asking, Beth. My mom is okay. Next question. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Effie, Lori. It is? Oh dear gosh, I hope not. No, I mean, that is, no, I'm watching. No, my other window is not live. I'm watching from my computer like you are. I'm watching the chat window like you are. Pennsylvania, I just caught G. Murphy, Dawson, Pennsylvania. I don't know, Lori, I hope not. No, because the green light is off. No, I'm not live there. Life is an adventure, Stephen. You are so incredibly right. Miss Mart Pants, good morning. Grandma Sandy, thank you. Thumbs up, everybody. Let's see. Okay, I wanted to just, I didn't finish what I was saying about Lynn Kiefer had written, and she was saying that for me, she was saying that she was having a problem being interested in the live streams because I was jumping to everyone too quickly, and she didn't know what questions I was answering. So I'm going to try to just pick and choose a few questions and answer them, and then try to keep you updated, get you updated on everything. Good morning, Lynn. Vegan Permaculture Appalachia, howdy from East Tennessee. Jerry Paul. What? How am I running 3 live streams? I don't have any tabs open. It's so crazy. How is that possible? Not only that, but you know what I can do is I can go to my, I'm going to get off that. Tell me if anything changes. I'm going to just delete those. If I delete them, then they have to go away. Yeah, it says I'm live now. I am not live. How can I be live if I'm not? That is crazy. Yeah, it's listed, whoever's with Lori, I forgot your name, but it's not, I'm not streaming because my camera's not even on. So, I don't know. I mean, it's listed, but it's not. Let's see if I can delete it. Just give me a moment, guys. I'm just so sorry about this. It says I'm live. I know, I see that. It won't let me delete it. That's great. I'm not live. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just going to have to try to communicate you with the one I'm on. And, oh, for heaven's sakes, come on. Okay, Gina, let's see. Where's my live chat window? Here it is. Okay. Yeah, World Wide Web, Callie. Pretty bird, keep talking. You are live. I will. Well, you seem to be okay here. Okay. So, good morning. Too bright, Dennis? Is that what you're saying? I can't tell. I honestly can't tell how bright I am. How's that? Good morning, Mr. Tom. I'm glad you just tuned in because it's just been a kerfuffle or kerfuffle, or what is that name when what is that word when everything is just such a mess? What? Jerry, can you please go to the other two and tell them to go to this one? I can't do that while I'm talking to you. Good morning, Terry. Terry, I want to give shout out to Terry because she wrote me this week and we connected on Facebook and she was saying, she really made my day. She was going, oh, I'm so nervous talking to you. I feel like I'm talking to a celebrity. And it's so funny because, yeah, I am an actor and everything. And I have worked, but I always considered myself just a working actor. And that's what I am when I'm working. And, you know, as far as gardening goes, I'm still learning, and I am still learning, obviously, about the technology of trying to communicate with the World Wide Web. And so I don't consider myself that at all, but I really appreciate anyone who feels that way. And good morning, Birds Paradise from Brazil. Light okay, everything okay. Don't worry about the live stream problem. Now it's okay. Thank you. Stephen Milgren says, good morning. Where are you writing from, Stephen? Yes, Kerfulful. How do you pronounce that? Kerfulful. Beth says, this live stream has been a kerfuffle, and anybody watching the replay, thank you for your patience. Okay, I'm a little bit more prepared to answer Beth's question. Terry is awesome. Also, Beth's question is, how's my mother? Okay, my mother is at the end of her life. And I was just not able to say that a moment ago, but my brother, you know, made that clear to me. I had to leave her 30 minutes before I had to leave for the airport, and it was cold and raining in Nashville, and you know, and dark, and I was extremely tired. And my brother said the nurses, there were 3 people that came in the room, and they were trying to lift. They didn't know. One of them had a bad shoulder, and she was trying to teach a new person how to lift her, and it was and this there was another person there, and I go, let me do it, just let me do it. I when I got there, I had this whole section sorry, but this whole section of my chest was, these muscles were pulled from the moving of the boxes that I did at the last moment on Tuesday before I left for the airport. So lifting my mother was challenging. And I had never done that before. So I wound up, it was 5:30. I talked to my brother. He hit me with the end of life thing. And I had to go back in, and he said, you have to leave for the airport by 6 o'clock, because Nashville, if you can believe, it has about 3 million people, and they expect it to double by 2025. It is the fastest growing city in the country. 60 new families are moving into Nashville every day. And and they haven't kept up with the whole highway system. So the traffic in Nashville at rush hour is as bad as LA. I mean, it's not as big, so you don't have as extended of sit in the traffic as you do here. But he said you have to leave by 6 o'clock. So it was 5:30. So I'm going in, and I have managed to get her in a chair. And she just looked, she was so incredibly weak, and she had lost all strength in her left side. And you're right, Silver. Silver says, great mothers deserve to be reincarnated into fields of wildflowers. CP, I don't know. It's an interesting, I really don't know why everyone is moving to Nashville. But I was just going to say that I had so much, and my brother said, you have to leave by 6 o'clock. And I go in, and I realize the nurses are all gone. They've taken her vital signs. He has said that unless her vital sign, if her vital signs are stable, because they were talking about sending her to the ER 30 minutes before I was supposed to leave because she was so weak. And she can no longer get up on her own, and she has to call for help to do everything. So I had to get her undressed to the bathroom and in the bed, which I had to lift, took a quick picture, grabbed my stuff, and then I went out into 1 hour of dark, rainy traffic to get to the airport. So it was a very, very trying trip emotionally, and of course, I'm losing my home. and my garden here, so I got a little bit to deal with, but that's true, Gina. Gina said, Kay, your mother will always be with you no matter what happens. She's in me, so yes. Hello, Anita Johnson from Illinois. I think I have a good friend from Illinois also on. Deadly Wound, are you there, Steve? You can connect with Anita in Illinois if you're in Southern Illinois. And Denise Carr is from Tennessee, and I haven't met Denise yet, but she's a very good friend of Daryl. Where the heck is Daryl, Denise? I haven't seen him yet. Daryl is someone I interviewed in in Tennessee earlier this year. Deep South says, small town rural life is the place to be. Farm living is the life for me. That's true. Yeah, you know, that's something. I've lived in big cities since, I don't even want to say because it ages me, but decades. I've only lived in big cities my entire adult life. I grew up in a small town in Tennessee, and I've lived in big cities ever since. I went to Knoxville, and then I went to Washington, D.C., and then I went to Manhattan, and then I came out here. So it's just going back and just living a quiet rural life is so out of my element, and I'm interested in so many things. I'm not just interested in gardening, I'm interested in people. I was just telling a friend this last night, you know, I love people. I love connecting with people. I don't want to be by myself out in the country. That it would be fantastic to have a homestead. I don't want to do that alone. Not at my age, you know, my ripe old age of 47. I don't want to do that. Oh gosh, boy, Haffy, we have more in common than I knew. Haffy says his dad has dementia and is 90, so he understands what this is all about. My mother is on the, there's a 1 to 5 scale for dementia, and she's 50%, whatever that is. So, you know, anyone meeting my mother today would have no idea this force of nature that she was. Thank you, Green Steven. Where are you writing from? Green Steven says your life is wonder something. Oh, wow. Jack says his grandfather is in the same boat on the dementia scale. Gina says, I have a wonderful home. I do have a wonderful home, but somebody else is going to get to live in it from now on. G, remind me where you are. G says, I have to get out of California. You know, that idea is pressing on me, I have to say. You're right. You're right. It's just G Murphy. What does G stand for? It's hard to just call you. Well, I guess I can just call you G. You know what? I think I might move this here. That way I can read the chat window better. Is that better or worse? I can't tell. Lisa Lee would like to know, what is the plan for my week? I wanted to just fill you in what has happened since my last live stream. Hopefully all of you saw my live. Oh, by the way, do that, please. My last live stream, I was in Nashville visiting my mother, and I had seen this apartment complex, which I was considering. My brother really wants me to, I talked to my brother after that, and he wants me to have a 1-year plan to get out of California. Now, when you sell a house here, I don't have the resources to just buy another house. Even after I sell this, I won't have the resources to do that. And so that's not an option. I won't be owning property here. So I went to this, well, I don't want to jump around. Let's see. So my plan, he wants me to have a 1-year plan to get out of here. So I had to have, in other words, I have to have a landing place to be with at least some of my stuff. I have a lot of stuff in storage already. And so I have a place that I have secured, and I'm supposed to pay my first month's rent on Monday and get the key. And it is not too far from here. I will not have a balcony, and I might have there's no window boxes or anything like that. I'm on the second floor, which is the top floor, which is nice because I won't have people walking over my head, and I haven't had that in 25 years. You know, I was an apartment dweller for many years, and I got a little spoiled being in my own house, having my own washing machine. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to have to get used to less. But at any rate, I have a place to go. I have friends in the building, so I feel very good about that part. And there are opportunities, there are many opportunities here, and one of which I wanted to talk to you about. I just don't know. Yes, Remind TV is asking me what I will do with all of my plants. Well, so I'm going to answer that question. Some of them have already been planted in the ground here. For example, my cranberry hibiscus, I planted it in the ground. It looks so beautiful, and it makes the front yard look nicer because I cleared out a lot of plants, and just that little extra added color of deep red is beautiful. So in terms, I gave away a lot of my potted stuff. I still have about a dozen of those 7-gallon cloth bags that are the taller ones that I had the tomatoes growing in. They're full of soil, and they're just sitting there. I have 5-gallon pots, plastic pots full of soil. I want to grow carrots in those this winter. I saw a video. Good morning, Eric from Double Dog Farm. Yes, he was saying that Californians bought big chunks of the island he lives on. G. Murphy, I'm in Dawson, Pennsylvania. G stands for Gilbert. Oh, I remember. Now I remember Gilbert. Murph, okay. I actually have G. Murphy says that his friends call him Murph, and I have a girlfriend from high school. She's 6 feet tall. She was captain of the basketball team, which I was on, but did not make much of a dent there, and we call her Murph. Anyway, so I have planned, back to the plants, I have planned to take 3 citrus trees with me. The calamandin lime, the kefir lime, or kaffir, and the kishu mandarin. Those are all in pots. One has to be taken out of a humongous clay pot and put into a pot I can travel. And so I'm going to take those, and I'm going to take a dragon fruit, one of my dragon fruit. I'm not going to take that many because I don't have a plan where they could go. However, that said, I wanted to just say, I'm circling back to what I was talking about earlier before I got interrupted on this live stream thing, is that Kiss the Ground is a wonderful organization, kisstheground.org. I recommend that you go there. They give workshops about regenerating soil. And, it's not cheap, but if that's something you want to learn about, you can do that online. You don't have to be here to do it. You can do it here in person, but you don't have to. And you could learn a lot if that's something you want to learn about, because regenerating our soil is critical. I mean, they were talking last night. I went to this event last night as a benefit for them, and Dr. Mark Hyman, I don't know if you know who he is, but he's a physician, and he's published many books. And he spoke, and he was saying, yes, we have hydroponics, but hydroponics requires plastic tubing and electricity and all of this superstructure. What we need to be doing is regenerating soil. And as you know, if you follow me, you know my son is in this same field. And he's regenerating soil by working for a lifetime grazed cattle company called Thousand Hills Lifetime Grazed. And so all of these, I encourage you to go to kisstheground.org, and if you can, you can make a donation, you can support them, you can learn. Anyway, last night I thought, I didn't really have the dough sitting around to go to this thing, because when they have these really special dinners and these fundraisers, you gotta pay for a ticket to go. But I said, you know what, this is really important. I could make some contacts there that that might lead to Late Bloomer Garden 2.0. I don't know. So I met a number of people last night, and the last person I met, I am going to do a live stream with next week. So I'm from the farm. She is a farm manager in Malibu, and just this enigmatic, amazing, I mean, you just get this positive energy just being around her. And I said, I want to interview you on a live stream. And she said, great. So I am going to get in touch with her. So be sure that you tune in next week at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am going to be on a farm in Malibu, God willing. And who knows? She knows everybody. She goes to Vegas, and she knows every restaurateur in the country, and she's amazing. And I just heard a very little about her, because I happened to run into a very old friend of mine. She's an actress, I'm an actress, and I've been here 30 years, and we were auditioning together 30 years ago, and she was at this event, and I haven't seen her in 5 years, and she was there, and she said, oh, you have to, she's a Malibu resident, so the Malibu community is very connected, and she goes, oh, you have to meet so-and-so, you have to meet so-and-so. And so that's exactly why I went last night, because I wanted to make those connections. So that's promising. I don't know what it'll lead to, but I have a feeling it's going to lead to something where I can put my plants, grow my plants, and connect with somebody that who knows where it can lead. So I'm very excited about that. That's just the beginning. So it's just a little, yes, Steve at Deadly Wound is talking about soil depletion in the United States really happened in 1933, and it's just only gotten worse. They say perhaps 50%, they were saying last night, perhaps 50% of the topsoil, rich topsoil in the middle of our country, happened because we had millions of buffalo traveling from Canada to Mexico, and they just eat a little piece of grass here and there, and they just keep moving and trampling and crushing and driving all of that carbon into the ground. And they say at least 50% of that is gone. And it's staggering how much topsoil is being lost every day, every hour in this country. And so it's more critical really than anything that we face in terms of our future food production is regenerating the soil. So I encourage you to go to kisstheground.org and follow them on Instagram if you do that. And okay, so that's that. And then what else happened while I was gone is if you followed where I was at on Wednesday, I left Tuesday morning to catch a flight to go to Austin to surprise my son, which happened for his 29th birthday. And I literally had a 12-hour layover in Austin, so I didn't get to connect with any Texans that follow me. But that's for sure going to happen in the future. Inside Kate's Kitchen, is she on today? I owe her a phone call. Birds Paradise said I'll be moving to Brazil. Thank you, Happy. Happy just made a super chat donation, and you can hit that $sign at the bottom and donate as much as you like to the super chat. And YouTube pays attention to all of that stuff. So I have noticed that my live streams are, does anybody know how many people are on? Oh, I've got 110. Thank you. 110. I mean, that's like double. So I know it's growing. I know YouTube is getting this out there. I am going to try to get my act together. I mean, come on, Kaye, you are an actor. Get your act together and try to figure out this live stream thing. But Hopefully I can figure it out before next week. She said she has connectivity at the farm, so it shouldn't be too bad. 111, really. Thank you. Yeah, I see that too. Lynn says she just subscribed to Kiss the Ground, so that's wonderful. Vegan permaculture Appalachia. There were dust bowls here in Appalachia. Awesome. Yes, it's happened everywhere. And they were actually talking a lot about vegan. You know, one of the founders, there are 3 founders of Kiss the Ground, 3 young people, basically young. I mean, they look like they're in their 30s. Started Kiss the Ground 7 years ago, about the same time I did. I was aware of them all this time. Kate is not here today. She was something. Deborah Riggins says she lives in Ellsworth, Kansas, and she's starting over with 6 small acres. Hey, you don't have 6 small acres if you have 6 acres. I mean, an acre is an acre. It's not small. So you have 6 acres. You know, that's awesome. Don't think of it as small. Don't think of it as small. You can do so much with that. Beth recommends wilding, returning nature to our farm. Wilding, returning? Okay, by Isabella Tree. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that sounds great. Foxine, good morning. I'm glad you're here. Good morning, Ed. Ed is tuning in from England still. Oh, okay. Haffy says Kate is tied up today. I've got a link here. Eric, what is that link? Tell us what that link is before people try to click on it. Okay, so that's that. And then, so what happened is then pictures were taken of the property here on Tuesday. And by Thursday afternoon, they were already, I mean, this photographer was amazing and is amazing. And I think it was a he, and he really made beautiful pictures of this property, and it was online by Thursday afternoon. So I'm hopeful that we find a great buyer. And today is the first open house. So I can't stay on very long today. I'm planning on getting off at 9 o'clock. I want to say hello to as many people as I can. Let's see, we have 1212 Weaver, love from Florida. And that, what is your name? 1212 Weaver, what is your actual first name? They hope that I continue to garden at my new place. I will be gardening I shouldn't say wherever I am. I'm going to be gardening everywhere that I am. And for the first time, I felt hopeful when I was in Tennessee, when I talked to my brother, because, you know, when things happen like this, you know, when you're older in life and things happen to you that you don't see it coming, you never expected this kind of thing to happen. You think, well, you know, what's still left for me? You know, what can I really accomplish on my own? And, you know, as I've said before, a lot of the very successful, oops, I have got a low battery. And the cord is upstairs. I'm going to go into low power mode. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Solve the problem, whatever it is. There we go. By the way, you know, I did sprain my ankle 3 weeks ago, and I have not been able, it has not healed. As you can imagine, you know, here I am lifting my mother over and over and over, and she weighs more than me. So quite a bit more than me. And so I have not given my ankle a chance to heal. So when I ran upstairs to get the cord, I could feel that. What was I talking about? Anybody? Gina, bomb lumps. Lots of love and happy gardening from South Africa. I don't hear from South Africa too often, and I'm so glad you found me, Sue. What is the time of day there now, and do you have a garden? Late May, early July. Yeah, bomb lobster, I obviously, when to plant, I can't even say that, I'm sorry, it's my fault. Bomb Lobster lives in Canada and wants to know, would you be able to tell me when to start planting squash? Well, there are different growing zones in Canada, and Lori, are you still on? Because Lori Lumax is in Canada, and she could probably tell you the answer to that. Lori, are you still there? Bomb Lobster is in Ontario. Kathleen Smith. Oh, that's just awesome. Kathleen has just given me a huge endorsement, and I really appreciate that. Kathleen Smith says, regarding what's next at this stage of life, we're always reinventing the next stage and not too old. I am embracing the stages of life and being a leader to many of us. I really appreciate that, and that's what I'm trying to do. So I must be succeeding. I'm out of breath. Eric, Bomb Lobster, Eric knows a lot about that, so I would check out Double Dog Farms comment. That's the great thing about my live stream is, you know, we have 124 people watching. This is a record. Thank you so much, everybody. Hit that like button, please. If you're on mobile, you may have to get off the live chat, hit it, and then go back onto the live chat in order to like the chat. And the thing is, I want to connect people. I've wanted to do that from the very beginning because I didn't know anything about gardening 7 years ago. I've been an environmentalist my entire adult life, which has been about 20 years or so. And but I had never tried to grow any food. Both of my grandparents were farmers. And so I'm reconnecting not only to my roots, but it's something on such a much deeper level. Connection. When you think of connection, I think that is, in terms of what I have done with Late Bloomer, with my garden, with being on the web, with gardening, everything is about connection. And if there's one word, it's sort of that, because you connect with people. And this happened in the old days, before the internet. People learn from other people. You learn from your elders. This is how you plant. This is when you plant. This is what to plant. Here are these seeds. We've discovered this. Hey, we learned that if you leave loofah on the vine, you can get you can't eat it, but you can get a sponge out of it. Sponge. So I mean, this is how we learn, is through connection. And then if you think about the connection that's under the soil, you have these. I always pronounce this the wrong way. Mycorrhizae, I think, is the correct way. Eric at Double Dog can correct me. He knows all about mushrooms and fungi. Mycorrhizae. I always used to say mycorrhizae or something. I don't know. It's got a double consonant in that word, and when you have a double consonant, sometimes it messes up the way I think about pronouncing it. But if you think about all that connection, are you aware that the largest living organism on the earth, certainly on the North American continent, is a fungi in Oregon that stretches for miles? This is interconnected under the soil. That's how the forest trees stay upright, is the mycorrhizae in the soil, because their roots are right around the surface. So you go, how can this massive tree stand upright and not fall over, especially in the wind? You know, it's because of all of this interconnectivity under the soil. So I just think if there's one word, if there's one overarching concept about gardening and the internet and growing and nature, it's connectivity. And so that's my inspiring little speech for today. Gilbert, did you see my videos with Daryl in Tennessee earlier in the year? We went morel hunting, morel. See, here we go. I got morels on my mind. That's a subject for another day. But anyway, we went morel hunting, and that's another word with double consonant. See, but anyway, we went morel hunting in Tennessee in, I think it was April. And I came home and did those videos, and you'll just have to wait and see if I got one, if I found one. I mean, because I've never been mushroom hunting in my life. But please go back and check out those 3 videos I did when I was in Tennessee. Edwin, thank you. Oh, Edwin is giving me a huge endorsement from England. Edwin is another new subscriber just from this year who watches all my videos. And Ed, I hope I'm not embarrassing you, but Ed is not the most technologically savvy person in the world and doesn't even have a smartphone. But he has found a way to watch my channel and watches all of my videos. And he is in England with these lovely ladies who are entertaining him and showing him a great time. And he has been promoting my channel everywhere that he goes in England. And I really appreciate that. Thank you, Vegan Permaculture Appalachia. Hey, Rebecca is here. Rebecca Poznansky is from the Kentucky Science Center in Louisville, Kentucky, and last week she tuned in. I did a video with Rebecca earlier in the year when actually it was, I want to say it was November of last year, I want to say, so almost a year ago. And she invited me to visit. She saw a tweet that I was in Louisville at the Acres USA convention, and I went there specifically to meet Joel Salatin, who I couldn't think of his name last week. And Rebecca is starting a food forest in her own garden outside of Louisville. And we were trying to decide on names for her channel. She's going to start a channel. And Rebecca, what did you come up with? I know during the week I saw Food Forest Next Door. That's the last tweet that I remember. Is that what you've decided on? And everybody, what do you think of Food Forest Next Door as a name for a YouTube channel? Yes, Trudy, he is. He's being entertained by a lovely group of widows in England, showing him a great time. Okay, Jack has to go. His computer's about to die. Eric, that's funny. Eric says people ask him if he has a cell phone. I tell him, I think you meant to say smartphone, and I tell him I don't even own a dumb phone. I'm trying to correct your joke. I'm sure I shouldn't do that, but it seems to be a funnier joke if you say, people ask me if I have a smartphone, and I tell them I don't even have a dumb phone. a dumb one. That's the joke I would write. People ask me if I have a smartphone. I tell them I don't even have a dumb one. There's your joke there, Eric. Thank you, Anna. Anna is wishing that God gives me lots of strength for my new adventure in life. Ooh, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Oh, Anna has to go. Thank you. You were one of the first that tuned in. I really appreciate that. Remind TV says, I like it. I think that's a response to Food Forest Next Door. Am I right, Remind TV? Teresa says that's a great name. And she thinks that's it, she says. Let's see. Anybody who wants to hit the $ at the bottom and make a super chat donation, that would be awesome. Other ways that you can support this channel are if you order from Amazon, use my Amazon shop link. I am an Amazon affiliate like many other video channels. And I don't know if I can do that, but I guess I can. Let's see. It worked. Okay, so I can still add to the chat. And I'm just going to add a few of my links to the bottom of the chat window. If anybody is interested in connecting with me regarding essential oils, that's my link for that. This is my, let's see. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to give you my PayPal link if anybody is interested in making a one-time or recurring donation to this channel on PayPal. And also, I am still looking for a few more Patreon members to support this channel. So that would be awesome. There's my PayPal link. And also, the other two ways to support me are buying a Late Bloomer t-shirt. It's never too late to learn to grow vegetables. So this happens to be a slimline t-shirt. It does run small, but it says that on the when you order it. So if you like a t-shirt that's roomier, order the unisex t-shirt. Steve, did you like the way the t-shirt fit you? I didn't hear back from you on that. I'm wondering. I know Steve ordered a t-shirt. I know Daryl ordered a t-shirt. There's my t-shirt link, and the one other one is the Patreon. PAT, there we go, Patreon. You can join Patreon for as little as $5 a month and help to support my channel, and I would really appreciate. There's my Patreon link. I would have put that at the top of the chat. But you can find those links in the description underneath any of my videos. So if you get off this chat later and you go, what was that link? Oh, I don't want to have to go through all that and try to find that link. Anita Johnson just checked out my Marketing Sense link. Thank you, Anita. If you don't want to do that, just go to any one of my videos, click see more, and in the description below, all of my links are there. Steve got the sweatshirt. I need to get a sweatshirt. I was in Nashville and I was freezing. All I had was the long sleeve tee and I was freezing. And I wish I'd had my own Late Bloomer sweatshirt. Oh, by the way, I went to this, incredible property in Malibu last night. And you just think, wow, there's just no telling how much this property would cost or did cost. Fabulous, 7 acres in Malibu. I mean, a quarter of an acre in Malibu is millions. So who knows? But anyway, it's an amazing place, and I'm happy for those people that they can afford to live there and that they can afford to take the time and spend the money to regenerate the soil there, because the property was once a nursery and the soil is very depleted. So they're working on rebuilding the soil there. And I thought, I should dress up. I mean, but I said, no, it's Malibu, and I am going to wear my t-shirt because dadgummit, I went to the trouble to get a t-shirt, and I need to get my name out there. So I wore my t-shirt and my long sleeve t-shirt, and people walked by and they said they started reading the back of my t-shirt, and we started talking. So it started a conversation. So I made connections, and then after we started talking, then they introduced me to other people. So I was able to hand out a bunch of business cards and make connections. And so for that reason, I think it was really beneficial for me to go. Trudy, I don't know what you're referring to. That's funny. I'm already envisioning this. Oh, gee, Gilbert is talking about his... everybody's talking about the fit on the t-shirt. So, bye, Lynn. Beth says the regular t-shirt. And by regular, Beth, are you talking about the unisex t-shirt? I think you are. 1212 Weaver, late bloomer, why are you moving? This property has to be sold to settle assets and debts, and that's why I'm leaving. And it's not my choice, but there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm going to take this opportunity to do something even better, and I can't wait to find out what that is, and I can't wait to find out all the new people I'm going to connect with by doing that. You know, because if I stayed here another year and I just created videos in my front yard, you know, this front yard is small and it's very limited. And now that I have grown perennials that have matured to maturity, there's no room underneath for annuals. And I was forced to grow on the driveway the last 2 summers with very limited success because there's just not enough sun. There's a signature tree out front that blocks certain hours of sun per day, and even growing on the driveway, which is the best sun exposure in the whole property, you still don't get more than 4 or 5 hours. So you know, corn, tomatoes, all those wonderful things that I want to eat. You know, because when you're starting out, you grow what you want to eat. And I use the whole yard for that in the beginning. And then I would have to say after my Phoenix experience of going to Phoenix and seeing all the food forests and all the fruit tree forests and all that's going on in the Phoenix Valley, I came home and I go, I want to grow passion fruit vine. I want to grow citrus trees. I want to grow more fruit trees. I want to have the perennials, and so once the perennials get big, then there's no sun reaching down in that very limited little space. You know, once the sun goes over, because I just don't have a space here. So I'm very positive about what can happen. I mean, it's scary for me to think about complete change, changing everything, because my office is here. I do all my videos here. I have all these wonderful neighbors that I adore and love, and I don't want to leave all that. But I don't have a choice, so I'm doing it, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, and hopefully I'm going to inspire other people while I do it. And I'm going to try very hard to stop falling down and getting injured. And so, in fact, I'm going to go back to the gym, and I'm going to start working on muscles other than gardening muscles when I get moved. So after I get moved, what else do we have here? I should be. Oh, there's a lot's happened in. Let's see. Thank you, Eric, for whatever that was. Yeah, you know, when I moved to Tennessee, moving from California to Tennessee, it's not like I'm going to be able to find the perfect property while I'm living in Santa Monica and to go to Tennessee. So I feel like, especially while my mother's still alive, that I need to be close to Nashville and close to her so that I can pop over and see her, because she's just sitting there like this, you know, and when I come in, that, you know, it means so much to her. So most likely what I'll do is I'll most likely have a landing place there too, at least for a few months. Like I said, on Wednesday, I'm probably going to rent a small short-term lease apartment close to my mother. And fortunately, you know, my brother and his children and grandchildren are all within 10 minutes of my mother. So I have a lot of family in Nashville. And my other brother is in Abingdon, Virginia, and his children are in Kingsport, Tennessee, which is only about 4 hours away. So everybody's there. Walker will be in Austin, Texas, which is a lot closer to Nashville than it is to here. So, you know, things are pulling me that way, definitely. But it's not like I can just springboard from here to there. There's just too much, you know, I have too much stuff. So, and too many things to figure out. So that's why I want you to follow my journey, because I want to inspire you every step of the way, you know, from decommissioning this place and selling it, hopefully passing it on to somebody who will appreciate it and use it, because, you know, the soil out here is so much better than, you know, it was when I came. But once again, I have mature fruit trees here, and so anybody that wants to grow annuals they're going to have to do raised beds. Wait, 2-family homestead. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I'm going to have to look back and see. Green Zebra, what's going on? There's a harvest celebration coming up on November the 2nd, live. I don't know if that's live meaning all day or it's live music. Are you talking about the people in Pasadena? I don't know what you're talking about. There is a family homestead in Pasadena, close to Pasadena. I have never been there. I've you know, I was aware of them all the time that I've been here, but thank you, Green Steven. Gilbert, yes, I'm moving to Tennessee, but, you know, in stages. The Dervays, that's right. The Dervays have a small piece of property about the size of this. I think a smaller house. They took out the driveway. They have added, you know, this much soil to the property. They have chickens. I think they have goats. They provide. They have a thriving business where they provide greens and other vegetables to local restaurants and stuff, and eggs maybe too. But Gilbert says, please take some of my plum tree seeds with you. I did not save any. So I will have to, yeah. You know what, Gilbert, if I was 40, I would be, you know, maybe doing something like that. But wherever I go, I'm just going to be buying buying trees, you know, because I don't want to. I planted a seed from a kaffir lime and a tangerine. A friend of mine has a mature tangerine tree, and he had brought, he's an actor actually, and he had brought some of these tangerines to a rehearsal, and I said, oh my gosh, this is the most delicious tangerine I've ever eaten. And so I saved the seeds, I grew the seeds, I grew it into a plant, I tried to graft it. I don't even remember now what happened. I no longer have that. And that was a years-long process. I feel like I've got to get, buy bushes, buy trees, and not wait that long to start from a plum pit. That's an interesting point. Rebecca has just said many university extension offices do tree sales, and I didn't realize that. So thank you for pointing that out. That might be a good place to do it, because they would be selling the kind of trees that do well in that growing zone, I would think. Hey Manjeet from India, thank you for tuning in. We're getting off very quickly. William, I am from Tennessee. You're obviously a new subscriber. I grew up in Tennessee. The reason I don't have a Southern drawl is because I am an actor, and when I first went to New York as an actress, auditioning for commercials, I still had my Southern accent, and directors at the callback would go, "Where are you from?" And that little smirk told me that was not a good thing. And so I worked very hard to have a more, the dialect that is expected. Of course, today anything goes in commercials. And so, but back then we had to look a certain way, we had to sound a certain way, we had to dress a certain way to get booked for commercials. And I did pretty well in commercials. So let's see. In fact, my first commercial, if you're interested, my first national commercial was for Scope mouthwash. Yes. And I was in a gym, like in the dressing room, women's dressing room of a gym, wearing gym clothes. And I had my hair in pigtails like that. And I handed the mouthwash to someone, and then I used the mouthwash, and I said, minty fresh. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that finds that funny, but, and that was in the old, probably before a number of you were even born, in the ripe old age of 1983. Booked my first national commercial, then one for Oil of Olay. That was a huge campaign. Roberta Flack's "The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face." Her big hit was used in that whole campaign, and I was in one of those commercials, and it was just beautiful. Putting Oil of Olay on my face, which I thought was very, appropriate, because my mother had always used Oil of Olay. I think she still does. Let's see. Okay, so anything else? Hi, Judith says, uh-oh. Did we switch to daylight savings time? No, we didn't. Good morning. Good morning, sunshine. Yeah, we don't have too much sunshine today. Once Upon a Garden. What's your name and where are you writing from? Janice Diaz. Where have you been? I have been thinking about you. Janice sent me, are you still over in, Janice sent me from the Middle East, or were you in India? She sent me coconut oil, and I have just finished that bottle. It was amazing. It's kind of hard to get out of the bottle. It was a tall, skinny bottle. So I had to kind of warm it up to get it all out of there. It's completely gone. Where are you now? Yes, it's a long story, Janice. You're going to have to kind of watch this live stream replay and watch the one from Wednesday. We have a total of 142 people. That is a record. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Please hit the like button. We only have 81 of these, and we got 146. If you are on mobile, you have to get off mobile for a second and hit the like button and then get back on. And 145. Thank you, 143. Thank you for correcting me. Cave Creek, Arizona. I have no idea where that is. And what is your name? Because that channel name I'll never be able to pronounce or remember. Sorry. And you know, for anyone that is getting a channel or has just gotten a channel, I think it's a really great idea to just use your name, or at least part of your name in your channel name, or you know, or your farm's name, or come up with something that people remember if you care about being remembered on YouTube, because there are 10 billion channel names now and it's not easy to find. By the way, Rebecca in Louisville, Kentucky, are you, yeah, she said Food Forest Next Door is available. So I think that we got a positive response on that, Rebecca. So you might want to claim that before somebody else grabs it. Okay. Janice is in the UAE, purely homemade. Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear from you, Janice, and because I was thinking of you and I have been concerned. And yes, my house is on the market. It was listed on Thursday on the MLS, and today I am having my first open house. How can I have low battery if my phone is plugged in? That's weird. That's funny. I don't know. Let's see. 1718. Yeah, Janice, it's going to be a process, and so I'm asking everyone to just hashtag follow my journey, because I need a landing place here. I need to look for my new place, and then did Daryl tune in? Oh, okay. I didn't even know you were there, Daryl. Thank you. Vicky Medina from Oregon, hello. Let's see, 550. Can't keep up with yous. Gina, what are you talking about? Okay, Rebecca has just grabbed it. Done. Food Forest Next Door is Rebecca's new channel name, so you'll all know that Food Forest Next Door is Rebecca Poznansky. She works at the Kentucky Science Center. She helps young people understand science, and they do have a garden at the Science Center. It's outside, so obviously in the winter it's you know, waiting to be cared for. But hopefully, Rebecca, you're going to have a fantastic greenhouse, and you'll be able to show people how to grow food to extend the season in Kentucky. Let's see. Gina, I have it plugged into my USB charger, my USB, what do you call it? I don't know. I have to get off anyway. So, Netherlands. Okay, I think you've got a big endorsement, Rebecca, so thanks for tuning in. Hey, everybody, go ahead and hit that like button if you can. There's 136 people on, only 94 likes. Feel free to hit that super chat donation if you feel so inclined. And look for my live stream next week at 8 a.m. Coming to you with a lady farmer on a farm in Malibu. I'm very excited about the potential of connecting with this woman. Who knows where it could lead, and also with the connections I made last night at Kiss the Ground. And I highly recommend you check out kisstheground.org. It's a nonprofit organization that works to regenerate the soil, and we need that more than anything. So thanks so much for tuning in, following my journey, hashtag follow my journey. And I look forward to coming to you live from a farm next week in Malibu. And what else? Wish me luck. Today's the first open house on my place. and I will be keeping you posted. Oh, we did a, I just wanted to remind everybody I'm very behind on videos because I was traveling this week and it was just not possible. I've been exhausted. And I will be getting a video edited today, and hopefully it'll be online tomorrow. And it is from October 11th, the day I sprained my ankle. So I'm a little bit behind, but I hope to catch up this week. So thanks so much for watching and supporting this channel. I really appreciate it, and God bless you all and have a wonderful week. Love you guys. Take care.